Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Evan, and it's my colleague Jacob. And today we're going to be presenting to you on the keys to successful writing. At Monsanto, we take pride in that. And we're happy to be here in Mr. Hank's class, speaking to you on these important details.
If you all would put your phones away for a minute and please direct your attention up front, we would appreciate your time. Why your words matter. We here at Monsanto and Corporation are proud to present all this information to you. We are trying to help students with scholarship and grant opportunities through writing, through our Full Steam Ahead program. Essentially, we form to your guys' school motto, which is to help push you guys into your career and college opportunities in our ever-changing social dynamics.
The keys to good writing habits, we identified 4 important points that we think you guys should be taking away from this presentation. And that's knowing what to write, reading your work in reverse, understanding your audience, and at the end of the day, keeping it simple.
The first key we have here is know what to write. Knowing what to write and how to write it is very important in business settings. Essentially, you want to be clear and concise when talking and trying to direct a message through your writing business. To do this, you want to avoid overly flowery language, and you want to avoid any vague supporting details in your writing. Most people follow the inverted pyramid method seen here, with the bulk of your information in important information. That's going to be the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and even sometimes the how of the message you're trying to send across. Next, we'll have the supporting details. These are going to be details that you try to add that will further push that key point. Next, you have the general information right here at the bottom. This is going to be information that's not necessary in your entire essay to push your point across, but it provides a basis for individuals who don't understand any of the key components of what you're writing about.
The second key point is read your work in reverse. And I don't mean this by reading your words backwards. I mean this by sentence, from your last sentence to your second sentence, and then your third sentence. By doing this, you're more able to catch mistakes and grammatical issues that you don't really get when you read it normally. And by doing this, you're more effective in conveying that message to your manager, because if you have a lot of grammatical errors, or maybe a sentence that just doesn't belong or doesn't flow, they're going to pick up on that, and you're not going to relay your message as well to them.
The third key, knowing your audience. Knowing your audience allows you to specifically tailor your essay or writing into what your reader is trying to understand. Understanding what your reader wants to pull out of what you wrote is key. Now, let's put this in terms of clothes. If I was to meet my boss, I would have to wear a suit, a tie, and I would have to be very prestigious. I want to try and put the same thing into writing whenever I write to my boss. I want to choose specific words that show I'm proficient in my knowledge of the area that I'm writing about. Whereas if I was to go to a colleague or any of you here, I would probably wear something more casual, and I would want my writing to reflect that as well. I would write in simpler terms rather than using what I would put for my boss, because my fellow colleagues might think that's condescending or annoying if I was using such fancy terms.
And our last key is keep it simple. Keep your message short and sweet and to the point. And by using an active voice rather than a passive voice, you can shorten your sentences and get to that key point a lot faster. This also saves time and effort in the very end. Whether it's an academic paper, you're going to be joining the workforce after college, or you're going to be, sending an email to your teacher. It's important to keep it sweet and short.
Now, thank you all for listening. I know most of you are wondering, why does it matter if I know how to write? Well, you know, as Ethan said, you want to try and, you want to try and push your point across. You want to really talk to your readers.
Q&A.
Now, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Any questions?
You know, I think this is all a bunch of BS, you know? I mean, how is this going to help me feed my kid? I mean, this school is hardly worth my time to begin with. You know what I mean?
I understand how you feel.
You
A
do?
lot in college and high school, I didn't think writing was very important. I sucked at grammar, frankly. But I had to write to get to mini jobs, actual essays and applications. And if any of those essays or applications had one grammatical mistake, I wouldn't get the job. And then I couldn't feed my family. If I couldn't even get a decent job at a car shack because I missed a comma, that's very important.
Nobody asks me for a resume when I look for work. They just let me in because, I mean, nobody wants to work up here, right? I mean, it's
I'm
North
sorry,
St.
can you
Louis.
repeat that a little louder, sir?
I said nobody wants to work up here, so, I mean, all I got to do is go over to McDonald's and they'll hire me just for showing up, right? I mean, it's North St. Louis.
These skills are still really important, even if you are just walking into a position, communicating with your manager, the customers that come to the counter, being able to address problems, keeping it simple and sweet is really important, no matter if you are going to college or just really joining the workforce. You can apply these 4 key points to your everyday life.
All your company does is destroy the environment and poison people. I mean, right? Why should I become like you guys?
Well, if you want to hear us out here, if you want to voice your opinions or stop businesses such as what you think our company does, you can voice that through your writing. If you can get a job as a newspaper or an editor, if you can send messages through your writing and be powerful and concise, you can change the world.
So what is it going to take to become one of those?
You basically gotta work on your
We're
writing.
done. We're done. Pretty harsh, huh?
Yeah.
Guys,
Is that
did-
okay with the questions?
You guys did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.